Hey guys, what's up? How are you? I hope that you're having an amazing day today. Thank you so much for clicking on this video, and thank you so much if you are a returning subscriber. If you are new, hi, my name is Gerel, and in today's video we're going to be talking about the Wild collection from Huda Beauty. I got 3 of the palettes at Sephora, and I'm super excited to share my thoughts and of course the looks that I created with you guys. I was able to use all of the shades in the Wild Chameleon. I was also able to use all of the shades in the Wild Jaguar, and I was able to use almost all of the shades in this palette, which is the Python. I only miss this color right here. If you are interested in seeing the looks and of course my thoughts at the end of the video, please keep on watching. But before we get to the video, don't forget to like, that definitely helps out my channel a lot, and subscribe to my channel if you have not already. You can also click on the little bell so you can get notified whenever I upload a new video. And without further ado, let's get on to the video. So this one is Wild Chameleon, and here are the beautiful colors, and we're going to try to use as many colors as we can. Priming my eyes with the P. Louise base. Let's start with the lightest shade, which is this one right here, and adding it to the inner corner. And wow, that is pigmented. Did not expect that at all. And adding this one right here to the outer part of our crease as I transition shade above our crease, and just blending it out. And you can see from one shade to the other, there's not a lot of difference. So just so you know, I did use the same brush, but still very, very close to each other. Once you blend it out, you cannot really tell the difference. Adding this mustardy shade right here to the very top of both of those shades. All right, now taking the darker shade. So far we're using all the mattes. We're going to add that to the outer corner and really packing it on. A really nice purpley burgundy shade. Just really focusing that on the outer part. I'm going to use this one right here to blend the edges and to marry these two together. I'm just staying in the outer part of our crease and using the darker shade again to bring it down to our lower lashes. Going back with the blending shades and the 2 first shades that we used. All right, using this coppery shade right here is a really nice metallic shade. I'm going to pop that in the beginning of our lid, leaving the inner corner blank, and that is pigmented. Super beautiful coppery shade. I'm using this shade right here and continue the journey and just adding this one right next to the coppery shade and trying to blend those two together much as you can. So going back and forth with the 2 shades. I'm going to swatch this shade, going to add that to the outer part, and now blend to your satisfaction. All right guys, so we're using the gold shade right here and a really nice pencil brush, and we're going to add it to the inner corner, and we're gonna go all around, just blend it up. Going back with the 2 matte shades, always, and blend away. We're going to add a little bit of this gold on the bottom part. And taking this one right here and blending it with the outer part and the gold. Alright guys, so here is look number 1. All right, let's go ahead and move on to the next palette. We're going to start with this shade right here, and we're going to pretty much do the same shape as the other eye. Really nice and pigmented. These mattes right here, they really blend so nicely. It is really, really beautiful the way that they are blending. I'm going to use this shade right here now, and this is going to be our transition shade, and they are not as similar. This one is definitely more peachy. This one is more on the brownie side. All right, I'm taking this neon green right here, and I'm just gonna add it right in the middle of these two, and on the top edges. That green is really pigmented. That is so pretty. This green shade right here is beautiful. I love it. Now using this brown, and we're going to add it to the outer corner. So packing on the shade and then blending the edges. So I'm taking this brown shade right here just so I can blend the edges of this one. Wow, I am impressed on the way that they are blending, building up so really nice. Well done on these palettes right here. All right, now taking this shade right here, and we're going to add that to the inner part. Wow, so much pigment, so beautiful. Now taking this blue shade right here. These are very glittery, so just take your time. Definitely do your eyes first. I'm just going to add it right here in the outer part of the lid. I'm blending it to the darkest shade. Using my finger, I'm going to add this one right here, right to the center. With my finger again on the blue, going back and forth with those two colors. Now taking the green again and just making sure that everything is nice and blended. These are stunning. All right, now adding this shade right here, which is for the inner corner, and taking it up all the way. That is just what I like to do. I feel like it really brings the whole look together. This shade is beautiful. All of these shades are gorgeous. If you don't like shimmers, you're definitely not gonna like this palette, but if you like your shimmers, you're going to love this one. Taking this neon green one more time. Just making sure that we didn't lose it because I absolutely love this shade. All right, guys, so I went ahead and clean up a little bit. I am going to continue with this shade and just bring it around the inner corner, and taking the middle shade right here and popping it right in the center, on marrying it with the darker shade. Just taking this green shade one more time and just adding it to the edges. You might not see it a lot, but I do. Just adding it a little bit to the edges, just using it as a blending shade. All right, guys, so here we have look number 2. And here are the 2 looks. All right, so now we're going to try the Wild Jaguar, and here are the shades. These are definitely shades that are a little bit out of my comfort just because I don't use shades like this all the time. This is very cool tone, so let's go ahead and play with it. So I'm going to start with this shade right here. All right, so this one is definitely a very nudie shade. It's really close to my skin tone. You're definitely not going to see it at all. Taking this shade right here, and I'm going to add it to the crease and not going all the way in, just staying like a third of the way, and start creating our shade. All right, going back with the beige shade just to blend and to clean up a little bit. Now taking the black and packing that in the outer corner. All right, when you don't have a lot of product, just start blending. Taking this brown shade right here for these two to meet. So now we're going to do the whole thing all over again, just going back with all the colors where you are satisfied with the look. All right, now taking this shade right here in the middle, and we're going to add this shade right in the inner part. Oh, this shade is so pretty. Wow, this is a beautiful shade. All right, with my finger, I'm taking it in this shade right here, and I'm just gonna add it little by little. All right, now we're going to take this shade right here, which is absolutely stunning. We're just gonna add it towards the back, just blending it into the black. And this shade right here all over the lid, blending it with the black for beautiful smoky eye. I can only imagine how it is. It's stunning. Going back with the black and make sure that we did not lose any intensity. All right, now taking the gold, and this can definitely ruin the whole entire look, but you know what, it's makeup. So just adding it to the very inner corner and then going around. All right, guys, so that is all that I'm going to use for this look. I think that's a lot of eyeshadows, so I am going to clean up, do my base, and I'll be right back. All right, guys, let's go ahead and finish up with the eyes. I'm going to grab the black and just keeping it really close to the lower lash. And I don't know what happened to me earlier when I was doing the other look, but this one right here, oh my goodness, started itching so badly. But I think that it was the liner that I use in my waterline for sure, but that was crazy. So we're going to use this shade, the one that we haven't used yet, and we're going to put this shade right in the center. It does have a little green to it, but you can barely tell because we're putting it in such a small area. I'm cleaning the brush again, and I'm going to add this purple. All right, so here is the third look. Alright guys, now that you saw all 3 looks, let me know in the comment section down below which one was your favorite look, number 1, 2, or 3. Let me know which color story actually speaks to you, which is more suitable for you, for your liking, and all of that. Share with us in the comment section down below. So let me go ahead and just share my thoughts about the palettes. I absolutely love the packaging. I love the theme. I absolutely love the color story and each of the palettes, and the quality is amazing. I cannot believe how beautiful they actually blended to the eyes, how easy it was to work with all the matte. Probably saw in all of the looks I started with all of the mattes first, and I am super impressed. Really happy the way that they actually worked. Super beautiful, blendable, pigmented. It did not fly away. Especially this shade right here is definitely such an amazing shade to work with. It did not disappear after blending it, which it usually happens with shades like this, but it did not do that. I'm really impressed and really happy with the quality. So out of the 3 eyeshadow palettes, I will have to say that this one right here is definitely not a color story, which is the one that I have on my eye. It is super beautiful, really smoky, sultry, but these cool tones are just not my type of colors that I tend to reach for. So I don't see myself reaching for this one quite often, but whenever I want to do something special, especially this shade right here is so stunning that I really do see myself using this palette in the future. The black was super easy to work with. It's not the blackest of the black, but it's definitely black enough for you to get that depth, of course, and it just blends super nicely with the other shades. So this one here, I will have to put it in second place just because it's warm tones. We do have probably all of these shades in our collection already from other eyeshadow palettes, especially if you love eyeshadow palettes like I do. Nonetheless, super nice, curated amazingly. All of the shades just go together so beautifully, and I'm just really impressed with the color story, how easy it was to work with. Every single one of the palettes, amazing. So this one right here, which is the Python, has to be my number 1 most favorite palette, just because it is definitely different from what I already have in my collection. It is very unique. The color story is really fun and colorful, and I absolutely love color. So this one definitely speaks to me, and I love greens so much. All of the shades just work super nicely together. Absolutely love this palette. The only thing that I'll have to say, I was able to use these 2 eyeshadow palettes longer on the eyes. Actually went outside, I was driving, I was running around in the heat with 2 different eye looks, wearing my glasses because hello, we don't want to look too crazy. But I did notice that the eyeshadows were breaking down just a little bit, and it's because I did not apply any adhesive. But if you have any eyeshadow glue, you're definitely going to be able to avoid that. That's it guys. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for your time. Please don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel if you have not already, and I will see you next time. Bye.